10:49 p.m. My shift was almost over. I was ready to leave with keys already in my hand, when my manager waved a ticket at me and said, "Hey, Mike, got one last order. A lady, some mansion way out of town. Are you up for it?" I groaned inside. Ugh, god damn it. My shift had already chewed me up, but tips were tips, and it wasn't that far either, so I agreed. "Fine, one last delivery, then I'm done," I muttered. I grabbed the pizza bag and walked out into the cool night. My old beat-up sedan was parked right outside the store. It was sitting crooked like it always did. I tossed the bag onto the passenger seat, climbed in, and just sat there for a second, hands on the wheel, staring at my own tired eyes in the glass. Then I turned the key. The engine groaned to life and I pulled out onto the road. The radio was playing some groovy pop song, just enough to keep me awake. Then my phone rang. Oh, it was Mom. "Hey, Ma."
Are you still working, Mike? Don't tell me you're living on crusts again.
I laughed. Perks of the job, right? Free dinner.
Perks? Your cholesterol's gonna perk you straight into an early grave, Mike.
Oh, relax, Mom. I promise I'll eat real food when I get home. Her voice softened.
All right, just drive safely. You sound tired.
Yeah, Mom. Always. Love you, Mom. Bye. I hung up. And just like that, the silence hit harder than the music ever could. Even the radio felt out of place now. My smile faded, and all I heard was the hum of the tires rolling under me. The streetlights thinned out, then disappeared. The road narrowed, swallowed on both sides by tall trees that leaned overhead, blocking out the moon. My headlights cut through the dark like tunnels, but it felt like the shadows were getting closer and closer. My grip on the wheel tightened and I kept driving. Then suddenly the GPS broke the silence.
Destination ahead.
I eased off the gas. My chest felt heavy. And at the end of that dead street, I saw it. A massive villa, half-lit, silent and still. The tall iron gates looked sharp against the faint glow of the porch light. No wind, no crickets, just stillness. The kind that creeps into your bones. I slowed the car down and parked right outside the gate. The engine ticked as it cooled, every sound louder than it should have been. A glowing ring camera blinked at me from the gate. I pressed it. Pizza delivery, miss?" Long pause. Then a deep, cold voice crackled through.
"Bring it in. The front door's open."
My stomach nodded. I hesitated. Can't I just leave it at the gate?" The voice came back sharper.
"I said, bring it in." "When you step inside, there's a table in the hallway. Put the pizza there and close the door on your way out."
The gate clicked and buzzed, the sound unnaturally loud in the stillness. I stepped inside and started walking down the long driveway. My skin prickled. It was too quiet. Every step echoed, making the silence heavier. The front door was already cracked open, just like the voice said. I stopped for a second, then stepped in. The place looked normal enough, but the quiet made it feel wrong. Empty and hollow. My footsteps echoed against the marble floor. I set the pizza down on the table in the hallway, ready to turn back. But that's when I heard it. Muffled voices. A woman's, faint and strained, as if someone struggling to say something. My pulse jumped. I stepped forward, peeking down the hall where it came from, and froze in shock. A woman lay sprawled on the floor, her throat cut, blood spreading across the tiles as her breaths rattled out. Before I could process, I heard footsteps, scraping closer. From the shadows, a tall man stepped out. Prison garb and tattoos. Bloodstains all over. A knife in his hand, wiping the blood on his clothes. His eyes locked on mine. In a cold voice, he said,
"You just couldn't mind your business, could you?"
Every instinct in me screamed, "Run!" He started walking towards me. I turned around and ran for the door. The front door was shut now. My only way out was the window in the hallway. I didn't think twice. I sprinted and dove through the glass. It exploded around me as I hit the wet grass outside. Cuts stung my arms and legs, but I didn't stop. I got up and started to run towards the main gate. My lungs burned, my heart hammered. Behind me, I could hear his running footsteps pounding the ground, getting closer and heavier. And then, my phone rang. I heard the muffled tone back on the ground where I'd fallen. I must have dropped it. For a second, my instincts screamed at me to grab it. But survival screamed louder. I ran harder, eyes locked on the main gate. Running for survival, I reached the main gate. It was closed, locked. No hesitation. I scaled it with pure adrenaline, dropped on the other side, and bolted straight for my car. I dove in, slammed the key, and floored it. Tires screeched as I peeled off into the night. In the rearview mirror, just before I turned the corner, I saw him, standing at the gate, just a silhouette, knife glinting in the moonlight, watching, waiting. Halfway down the road, I thought about calling 911, but my phone was gone. It didn't matter. Survival was all that mattered. I drove straight back to the pizza shop, burst inside, breathless, and spilled everything to my manager. His face drained white. He shoved a water bottle into my hands and called 911 himself. By the time the cops made it there, the killer was gone. All they found was the woman's body. It was almost 4 in the morning when I finally got home. Mom was waiting. The moment she saw me, bloodied, bruised, her face twisted with fear and worry. She grabbed me, shaking, almost yelling.
Oh my God, Mike! What happened to you? You're bleeding! Look at you! Who did this? I knew something was wrong. I just knew it.
I eased her panic the best I could. And then I told her everything. She said she'd had this strange, gnawing feeling that something terrible had happened to me. That's why she kept calling over and over. But none of the calls went through. Except the last one. Someone picked up, but they didn't say anything. Just heavy breathing. She called my name over and over. But then they hung up. That night, she begged me to quit. And I did. The next week, I got a job as a cashier. Safer, predictable, normal. Till this day, I have no idea where my phone ended up, or if that guy is going to come looking for me. Whoever you are, if your gut tells you something's wrong, don't ignore it. Don't wait to see what's hiding in the shadows. Walk away.